Hi there, it's me, Tori D, and today is going to be my first budget with me for May of 2023. It's also probably going to be a pretty short one because a couple of my goals have changed and adjusted, and I'm making concessions for those this month. So what I want to do with my regular paycheck is I want to go ahead into July and just make sure July is completely funded. As we know, if you've been hanging out with me for a while, I usually, in most cases, would go ahead to August and start budgeting ahead into the month of August. However, I have some costs for my renovations that I'm going to be needing more quickly than what I'll be needing to pay in the month of August. So what I've decided to do for the month of May is to take both of my regular paychecks as well as part of my tuition reimbursement and put them towards my focus areas, particularly my home and garden category that contains most of my renovation costs. So one of the things I want to do before I do that is just go in. I do have a couple categories that I've spent down from, and I want to make sure that I have those top back up in case something comes up while I am putting all that money towards renovation costs. So these all look like check marks. That's all subscriptions, and they've all been paid for. Excellent. So what I want to do here is, like I said, I want to put most of my money towards the home and garden category. I did spend some money out of my dissertation fund, so I do want to take that back up to $2,000. And I genuinely think, let's see, let's do $1,500 towards home and garden. I'll put $50 towards the dissertation writing retreat, and then the additional $437 towards my home and garden. So as you can see, I've been spending a little bit, so I thankfully got my hardwood floors completely finished. I now have continuous hardwoods, original hardwoods to the house, in all the bedrooms and my office upstairs. So the only room up there that isn't continuous hardwoods will be the bathroom, and then my two main living rooms downstairs, so my living room and my dining room. The original hardwood wasn't salvageable underneath the kitchen. At some point there must have been water damage and a lot of the planks had been pulled up and replaced with some plywood, but that's okay. I really didn't want to have to deal with the maintenance of hardwoods in a kitchen anyway. We also went ahead and picked paint colors yesterday. So I have a nice pure white, a gray from Sherwin-Williams that's called Tin Lizzie, and then we also picked the paint color for the exterior doors, so the front and back door, as well as the shutters on the upper windows. I've forgotten what it's called, but it's kind of a mustard color that'll go nice with kind of the gray brown of the siding of the house. I also just this morning put the rest of the payment down for my cabinets because so kind of the next things on the to-do list are the painters are coming next weekend, and they should be able to get the whole house done in the weekend, which is great news for me. Then after that, my contractor will be coming back in to work on the cabinets. So we have to level the floor a little bit where the cabinets are going to be, and then get those cabinets locked into place. The templaters for the countertop won't be coming until June, so we have some time there. And then from there, it's going to be picking some vinyl floors for the two rooms that don't have hardwoods, as well as getting the bathroom put together. So I'm kind of starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but just for my sake, an additional kind of, I think it was $2,400 will be for the countertops. So $2,400 will come out of there. The painters are about $2,000. So like I said, that's why I kind of want to prioritize this home and garden fund for the month of May, because as we saw, I had $1,500 easily that I could put in there to account for some spending out of that category. I also will be able to put in $1,500 for my second paycheck, and then I'm actually supposed to be getting about $2,600 for my tuition reimbursement. So I'll probably put some of that into my dissertation fund and some of that into my home and garden fund, again because this one is a little bit more timely, but really I think the painters and the countertops are going to be kind of the last big expenses, like big singular expenses for the actual renovation portion, and then it will get into buying furniture, buying appliances, all of that sort of stuff. I'm obviously going to have to still be paying my contractor, and depending on how many hours him and his team put in each week, those can be slightly larger payments as well, but I really you know, after picking the paint colors yesterday, seeing that the cabinets came in, it feels like we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I said, the templaters are coming to do the first stage, like the actual templating, and then the install in the month of June. So fingers crossed, maybe that means we can start getting some stuff moved in by the end of June. That would be great news for me, because it has been a long time coming, but I'm super excited. But like I said, I still have a couple more large purchases that I have to make, and that's why I kind of want to prioritize this fund here for this month. And the thing is, again, because I fund ahead, technically I could even use my paychecks from the month of June to pay for some of the renovation costs, and I would still be a month ahead because July is already paid for. Obviously, after the renovations are done, I'd like to build back up to the 3-month buffer, but that is, again, thinking about my budget working for me, working for my priorities. The priority right now is getting these renovations done and getting moved in, so that's kind of where the money and the brain space are going right now. And if that means I have to sacrifice some of that buffering, that's totally fine. That's really just for my peace of mind. We're also coming into the, my company does our quarters in a weird way. So we're technically in our quarter 3 right now. I think quarter 3 is April, May, June, and then quarter 4 is July, August, September. But those are the higher performing months of the year for my company, so that also means my bonuses are likely to be larger. If it's anything like the prorated bonus that I got last August, that will also be extremely helpful in getting everything ready for the house and getting myself back on track with my buffering. But this was a quick one. I know it was bound to be a quick one because my already simplified budgeting process is even more simplified for this month because of this kind of change in my priorities. But I look forward to seeing this category grow a little bit, but then also spending down from it. And I can't wait to show you all some of the befores and afters of the house once I get everything in there and get settled. So I appreciate you spending time with me wherever, whenever you are, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.